Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny. I'm going to save you the time. I'm late. I know. I get it.
I wasn't going to.
You're gonna. You always do that every time. Wait,
I always wanted to poke you.
You're gonna poke me?
Yeah. Like on Facebook, pokes.
Oh.
Remember?
I used to get so annoyed with those.
I found that out earlier this week. Like, you can still poke people. I thought that was like long gone.
I don't get the point. It's just like, hey, I'm here. Like, okay, good for you. I know you're here.
It's so weird. But yeah, I'm Dan. By the way, if you don't know me,
he's Dan.
Yeah, I'm here. It was my birthday yesterday.
It was your birthday, 420, yo.
Yeah.
Blaze it.
Also,
yo.
Lots of other bad things that I'm not gonna go into.
Like sushi?
No,
sushi bad?
No, the date. I mean,
the date.
Yeah, the Columbine shooting, Hitler's birthday,
Oh, I thought you. Okay.
Nope, all that.
Hold on. Sorry, I thought you. Wow. I thought you meant like you shot up the school or something.
What?
I don't know.
What? Did you hear about that? You worked yesterday. You knew about that.
There was breaking news last week, though.
Yeah.
And then they got mad at me because I didn't stay, I guess.
That sounds bad.
Nobody told me, though.
Nobody told you
to stay. Not my fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's your fault.
Not my fault. Nobody asked me.
Anyway, this week we are doing The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It just came out along with Abigail and Sasquatch Sunset this week as well. We didn't see those. But
I've never heard of Sasquatch Sunset. What? What is
Jesse Eisenberg as a Sasquatch. He's literally in full Sasquatch garb, and he's just kind of like Revenant Leo.
Oh, so he's gonna get an Oscar then, right?
I don't know, but
because he was great in Social Network.
Yeah, and then there's Now You See Me. There's
Now You See Me 2 for some reason.
Lex Luthor. Now You See Me 3, which starts filming next month.
Just call it Now You Don't. Like, what the fuck, guys? Come on, it's the biggest layup in history. But the easiest.
Anyway, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is loosely based on the events of. I don't even know what their mission was, honestly, for half of this movie. They had to, I
think they just need to blow up or take away one of the German U-boats or the big ship that coordinates all the U-boats or something and takes away all their fleet somehow.
Yeah, but Henry Cavill's character is loosely based on who Ian Fleming created for James Bond. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into lots of knife fights. We're going to get into all that stuff coming up right now. So let's get to it.
So, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is directed by Guy. Okay, it's directed by Guy Ritchie. I'm not entirely sure if it's in the Gentleman universe that he's kind of setting up right now, because there was The Gentleman in, I want to say 2017.
And then there's the show The Gentleman.
And now this is the Ungentlemanly Warfare.
What is the difference between those two? Because I'm very thoroughly confused.
I think it's just different. It's just different characters, same kind of concept, though.
Okay. I did not understand that.
I haven't seen either. I just know that one scene where, because it's like this YouTube short that blew up, and it was like Charlie Hunnam, when a gangster meets a real gangster, and Charlie Hunnam's trying to get something or whatever, and then he pulls a gun on them when they have knives because it's London. What? He's like, "You better keep on running, oi, bruv."
I feel like Guy Ritchie likes knives a lot because it's very prevalent in this movie.
Well, it's London.
Yeah,
they can't have guns.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they got.
I don't even think about that.
Well, I mean, maybe back then it didn't really matter.
Because I think of James Bond and, guns.
Big and
that's what I think.
Little tiny.
That's what I think about when I hear London is James Bond.
I think it's Sherlock, actually. Because there's that, that Sherlock show.
The Sherlock show or the movies? Because that's also Guy Ritchie.
The show, but it is Guy Ritchie. Oh, shit. No, the show with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. There's this time-lapse shot in the intro of London. So I'm like, oh, that's London.
Huh.
That's all I think about. I don't think about the fucking alleyways and shit.
Huh.
With all the poor people. Anyway.
The cobblestone walkways.
Yeah, that's a classic,
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get into this movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming, to be exact.
That was hilarious. I was like, nice. I knew he was in this movie, and I found that out 2 days before we went and saw it. I was like, oh, Ian Fleming's in this. Oh, this is based on James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so it's based, I think it's based on James Bond, but it's not exactly that's not the point of the movie.
No, that is not the point. It's just a little subplot. That's kind of cool
It's Henry Cavill's character, right?
Yes, Henry Cavill's character.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I think the real star of this movie is his beard and mustache. Holy shit, dude. That is the beard I want.
Like, I'm sure, like, most of that beard is actually Henry Cavill's facial hair, but, like, I don't know if the mustache is, but, like...
You can get on me. I can kind of do the mustache thing. Like, I can, I can kind of, like, I can get a little bit.
You get a little bit.
Yeah.
Not like Joe Garcia.
Oh, Joker, yeah. I can't touch his beard. That's it's so thick and
it's so
beautiful.
Luscious.
When I first met him, he
started putting braids in it the other day. I was like, yo.
How do you even do that?
Like the Viking braids type things.
Okay.
He sent me a Snapchat of that yesterday. I was like, yo, that's sick.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Joel put them in or whatever. But nice. Cool stuff. See,
cool.
He got them for Christmas. He hasn't put them in yet.
I'd love to see him just show up to work
I think we should
just
have
with a Viking beard.
I think when we do our next bracket challenge, because he's on it, he should wear
That'd be
braids.
awesome.
Although it'd be like, very bead sound, all the bead sounds every time he leans in.
Yeah, so anyway, I think Nightmare on Elm Street is really good. He's like shaking around in the camera.
Okay, back to the movie. We got way off track there. Okay, so Henry Cavill's luscious beard and Alan Ritchson, Jax Reacher. He is a knife specialist, and holy shit, all his kills were A-okay.
Yeah, dude was feral in this movie.
Absolutely feral. But, like, he was also reserved. He's like a Swede, right? He was Swedish.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I love how, like,
the very beginning when he's just like, he's like talking.
Oh, we're glad to see you guys. You stupid Nazis. Come here.
Yeah, I like how they kind of tricked them in, like, getting in here because, like, pulling them over, I guess, in the water.
What are you going to do?
Got aboard.
I think it's like they were in Nazi territory or, like, waters and stuff, and, like, they're like, we're humble fishermen, but we're all jacked.
Yoked.
There's just us on this boat. Like, what are you guys doing?
Just one dude hiding in the corner in the closet. She's like,
yeah.
Very Guy Ritchie action fight. This is not the way I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of a comedy. I was hoping for an action comedy. Like, it had, the chops, but it didn't really, like, pull it off as well as I thought it was going to.
There's not as many quips as you would expect.
I was hoping, I didn't even know Alan Ritchson's character was going to be Swedish, so that kind of threw me for a loop. And I was like...
Is he actually Swedish? Because he's got the blonde hair and...
No. I don't think so.
Is he German?
I think he's... let's find out. While I look that up, maybe you talk about... whatever. I don't know.
Well, I mean, my overall thoughts are just kind of like, I thought this movie just kind of happened. There's no real rhyme or reason for any of it. I
agree with that. Yeah.
And it didn't feel like there's literally no villain.
Yeah.
There's like the guy Hugo Stieglitz from Inglourious Basterds, if anybody knows.
He is Czech, English, and German.
Oh, okay.
Born in North Dakota.
Oh, I was gonna say born in Orlando, Florida.
Nope. Something for Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Oh, why is all the middle and nowhere towns? It's always something Forks. Well, you got the Twilight shit. And wait, is that the Twilight town? No, it's Forks, Washington. Never mind. I'm a Twilight fan. Unfortunately, it didn't make our bracket coming up.
Yeah, if you see it on our YouTube, our poll, Hunger Games is destroying
got obliterated,
right now.
dude.
Even we had some people like at our job vote for Twilight, and it didn't even make a dent in where it is. Like Joe Garcia.
Like Joe Garcia with the Viking beard.
Just to smite us. Yeah.
But yeah, so
spite us, not smite.
I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Like the action obviously is great. I like the dynamic. I say dynamic, not exactly the characters, but the dynamic between Henry Cavill and Alan Ritchson, because like they're like the stars ish of the movie.
It's funny because Alan Ritchson was nowhere in the marketing. Like he was barely.
I saw him
anywhere.
in like 2 shots.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher.
I want to see him. Thad.
It's fucking Thad. Yo,
okay.
So I watched one video or one like little short on YouTube. Just like, oh, I remember that scene from BMS, and then it's nothing but Thad Castle fucking memes all over my page now.
God, I
love it because he was recapping like how. So he goes pro at the end of season 2,
yes,
and he comes back in season 3,
yep.
And he recaps like, so after the game, I didn't want to talk to any reporters. I really just wanted to go to bed, and then it cuts to him. I want to talk to every reporter in this locker room right now. That game was bullshit. The refs were stupid bullshit. And then he's like, then I got distracted by these 2 girls who wanted to take me to their boat. And I said, no, I have to go to sleep because I'm a pro now. And then it's like, I love drugs. He like face plants into like a pound of cocaine.
God.
Classic Thad.
Classic Thad. Man, and you always say you can see the Thad Castle coming out.
I can, because he's got this weird, whenever he's like intimidating someone, he's got this weird kind of like shit eating. He's like, You know, he's like, there's like a little scrunchy duck face. I'm like, that's Thad.
If Thad's coming out, you gotta reserve yourself.
Screw you, moron.
I didn't see that in this movie, so I was okay
No, yeah,
with
he
that.
was pretty reserved.
Pretty grizzled in this.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was supposed to be younger, but I could see some grays in his beard. I'm like, oh boy, because I didn't.
I hadn't seen him in movies for like a while, and he shows up in Fast X, and I'm like, dude is fucking.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like one of the villains in that, but he's like. I think he's even more jacked than he actually is now, but he's got this giant orange tan. Like he looks like an Oompa Loompa.
No.
He's like, I'm gonna kill you, Vin Diesel.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm like, holy fucking shit, what happened to Thad Castle? But anyway, Henry
enough
Cavill's in
about
this movie too. And obviously Henry Cavill's great. I'm so glad that he's like out of like that whole like bullshit like DC Superman thing, because so he's a good actor. I think he's a good action star.
This was a fun movie for him. He was just having fun. Like, and you see all over the marketing where he's like,
yeah. Well, I'm actually like, yeah, he looks like he's finally having fun. He's not like, bland Superman anymore. He's just like he's smiling and like I'm fucking shooting everybody. Like that's fun. I'm so glad to see him kind of break out and stuff. And like, because he's kind of like the king of the nerds. Because he's like his favorite thing is Warhammer 40K.
He's such a big nerd, and I love him.
He did a live stream where he's building his own PC one time, and like I watched it a little bit to get some tips.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you do. So like he's like this jacked super movie star guy, but he's still like a little nerd at heart. It's fucking great.
He's the biggest. Him and like Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black's
kind of
great
like the
too.
same person, just two different versions.
Yeah, it's like one went to the gym and one went to the deli.
The delicatessen.
Delicatessen. Oh, right, the classy joints.
The classy joint. Well, maybe not Jack Black, actually. He doesn't seem very classy.
Yeah, Jack Black looks like he'd just get a sub at like a...
Yeah.
Not Subway.
Jimmy John's.
But, yeah, Jimmy John's. But yeah, like... So yeah, and then Guy Ritchie, I am like hit or miss with his movies. I think the Sherlock Holmes movies are like underappreciated because they got obviously the intrigue of... the Arthur Conan Doyle books, but like they've got that like
the flair,
the slummy kind of like we're from the hood, and the flair.
Yeah. I guess you call it flair.
Although, but I remember because like I went to see King Arthur with Charlie Hunnam in it, and I remember specifically being sick during that movie. I don't know why. But it was like the camera movements and stuff, and like my mom saw it with me. So she said, "Yeah, I got sick the whole time because the way he was moving the camera." So I'm like, maybe like big action movies aren't exactly his thing.
No,
although elephants were really cool in that movie. Yeah, so like I'm glad to see we're kind of going not street level, but like down to more like real life level kind of stuff.
I guess that's what you would call it.
But with his style, obviously, and it definitely serves the movie well.
The mission of this, they're going to South Africa to infiltrate the U-boats and stuff like that, and just kill some Nazis. It's basically Inglourious Bastards, but like worse.
With a Guy Ritchie skin, and yeah, it's worse. It's definitely worse. There's no
the action is not though. The action's very well done.
That's the only thing I think it has going for it.
And Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yeah, but like we haven't even talked about the whole other side of this whole story, which that was actually another interesting part. It's kind of like real life spy type stuff. They do the Morse code stuff a few times, and
that was cool. I was like, oh yeah.
The first time, I'm like, oh shit, like they're with the suitcase and like the smaller suitcase in the suitcase.
Say connected or whatever the hell they said. But yeah,
and I forgot everybody's name, but
that's the problem with this movie. My biggest problem is I don't care for any of the characters.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're not developed at all.
So that's why I said they're dynamic. Like they're cool. Like, oh, we're buddies that we fight in war. I don't know who the fuck these guys are. I just know that Henry Cavill's James
Gus is
Bond.
the only one I remember, and that's Henry Cavill.
Oh, that's his name? I didn't even know.
Gus, yeah.
I knew that one guy's name was Hayes because they called him because he gets shot at the end. He's like, "Oh, you got a bullet in you, Hazy."
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, like the first like I guess mission of this movie is they go to rescue one of their comrades that's kind of being tortured. And like, so there's basically just like, let's mow down a bunch of Nazis and like have like the biggest plot armor ever. And like, not
they
get
were
shot
very
at all.
secretive about it. Like they were pretty stealthy, and it was well done until the explosion. But
well, yeah, it's like it seemed like it just. I get you have to have a scene where like they're just taking out everybody, no problem, or like show what they're really capable of. So like that would make sense, and maybe in this scene it works.
Yeah.
They don't like have any like antagonistic force or like pushback at the end of the movie. That's the thing, because like, it just like the movie just kind of happens.
I agree.
It's like, wait, let's just steal this boat. Okay, good. Like this, the whole movie, that last mission could have just been like the prologue to like a Mission Impossible movie or something. It's like, it's something so simple. It's just a routine mission for them, you know?
Yeah, I think there is one problem with this movie. It only made $8 million opening weekend. I feel it doesn't say what the budget is on this movie, but I'm assuming at least higher than $75 million.
Oh yeah, for
This
sure.
movie's got to. It won't be like the big budget, like $150 million blockbuster,
like that.
but it's got to be at least around $100 million. And
I mean,
to make those,
I know that a regular short film nowadays runs for like 15 to 20 million.
roughly, yeah.
So like,
This had a lot of coordination and all the stunts they did. Like,
Yeah.
and they had a huge cast of people. Like, for like all the extras they had to pay and stuff too. So, like all those Nazi extras.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, so like I liked. I was more invested in, I think, in like the spy
Spycraft
storyline.
Yeah, for sure.
Thing is though, like I don't know why. I don't know what their point was really.
What do you mean?
It was kind of just to relay information, and then like, but yeah, when they get to a point where they're like, oh, the Duquesa is like is enforced or strengthened or whatever.
Yeah,
And so instead of sinking it, they decide to sink it.
Yeah.
Or no, they decide to steal it.
See that?
So they changed plans halfway through, but it
Yeah.
kind of seems like the thing that they were going to do in the first place.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean that makes sense. Very stylized Guy Ritchie right there.
Yeah.
But it's just
the thing, yeah, it just needs more work in the writer's room, I think.
But it's
just
a fun movie. That's the thing. I think you're going there to see things blow up. It's fun in that aspect.
on some level, yeah, but like then you can. There's other movies that they're just meant to do that, and then
There's Abigail that came out the same weekend, which I think that's going to make some good money.
it's just. I bet you Abigail has at least one arc in it, right? I bet you. I've only seen the trailer, but I bet it's the one girl who's like kind of like nice to her in the beginning,
Melissa
and then
Barrera.
oh, it's Melissa Barrera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, she has the hood on like most of the time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it is the same guys that did Scream 5 and 6 and Ready or Not. I mean, they're really good. I like them. I like their style.
I think they're gonna do way better than fucking Scream ever did.
Well, yeah, then now Melissa Barrera wants to be in Scary Movie when they resurrect that again. And I was like,
That'd be cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't want her to be the main character, maybe a cameo or something.
They could continue the story on in Scary Movie. Oh, that'd be cool.
they hire her as like the
And
replacement
then
for Anna
like
Faris.
rip off Jenna Ortega or something.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Oh my god. If you hear this, do that. Whoever's writing Scary Movie, whatever the hell they're on.
They're on 6, I want to say.
Whatever.
I didn't even see 5.
I really don't know how much more there is to talk about Ministry.
Okay, the villain though. There's
yeah.
Hugo Stieglitz. He
was in Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, that's how I know. I have no idea what the fuck his name is here.
I don't either.
But I remember the black guy from Dune was like saying that like he's worse than a Nazi. I'm like, he just looks like a Nazi. Is he like also Jewish or something? Like to me, like he spits on his own. I didn't really get that. Like he beats him up with his bare hands. Okay.
I wasn't trying to look too deep into that.
So
this is a movie you don't really need to look too deep on.
Oh, also another thing. So like at the end, like they try to trick you with being like, oh, we got some like real stakes now with the girl. Get like she's about to be like strung up and tortured. And then like the gentleman they blow something up, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll take care of you later then. Or he's like, put her in the cuffs and then I'll be back later. But then like the next scene she's in, she's just downstairs on the boat.
Yep. Yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know.
You know?
At that point in the movie, I was just like, all right.
Yeah, like,
but
and like, yeah, I
Carrie Elways was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good. I like that. I like the little back room, like kind of like we're going against this general who doesn't really know what the fuck
looked a lot like
he's doing.
John Cleese in this movie, and I was like, whoa, like young John Cleese. I was like, whoa.
And then, so I mean, yeah, there's really not much to say about this other than like just the action was good, the characters aren't, but the actors I love.
Yeah, that's how you get to the theater because Henry Cavill, Alan Richardson, they're pretty big right now. So
yeah, but like a while ago, everyone was talking about how like the action movie star is dead. Like the only one really to have is like Brad Pitt maybe or Tom Cruise. I wouldn't even call
Brad Pitt an action star.
Like, I mean, like movie star. Like you go to see a movie because of them.
Yeah.
Like I think I'd go see a Tom Cruise movie just because of him, or a Brad Pitt, or like it used to be The Rock, but not anymore.
Who would be the upcoming one? Who's one that will get you to theater like that's younger right now? I think probably like
honestly, Timothée Chalamet.
He's definitely one of them.
He could be in anything, and honestly, everything I've seen him in is he has been really good.
I mean, Leo's told him like, don't do drugs, kid. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did.
Yeah, well, Leo told
him and Toby.
Like, Leo told him not to take a superhero role, and I'd say Leo's way more popular.
Dune is kind of like
it's sort of there,
but like this. If you know where it's going in this next Dune movie,
well, yeah, because he definitely turns into a villain,
a dictator. Yeah,
which understandable. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, power over spice is power over everything.
I'm trying to think of movies that I would see because they're in it.
Florence Pugh.
No, see Florence Pugh. I don't honestly lately. No. Honestly, lately Florence Pugh hasn't been really hitting. Like I think she's kind of like was in a few prestige movies, and she was really good in them, but it's not exactly like she has the
chops.
She has the chop. It's just like. She doesn't have that thing. It's just the X factor.
That X. Okay.
I think it's just like Timothée Chalamet. Like I've seen him. Maybe it's because I can relate to him more because he's just so goofy. Like his digital footprint is fucking insane.
What do you mean by that?
Have you seen his like statistics rap video?
No.
Like he used to for his school he would do these like fucking dumb like video projects for school just like. Like it's like him rapping a song about statistics in his statistics class.
So kind of like what's that thing on YouTube? Rap battles of history, that kind of thing.
Yeah, basically, yeah, a little bit like that. And then there's also like one where he does this like talent show. He's really into rap a while ago, but he's also like I used to have a modded controller YouTube channel. Like, dude is like one of the biggest actors. So it's just like that's really cool. Like he seems like an authentic person, and like I like him. And I've seen him be really good in every movie that I've seen him in, and usually the movies themselves are really good too.
I think Marvel really tried to market Tom Holland as that next person too.
And Tom. I don't really know what he's about. Yeah, he's just kind of an idiot sometimes in the press tour.
I mean, Cherry. He tried to do something different with that, and he did. He was different in that movie. It was darker. Yes. It was kind of like,
I don't think the problem in that movie was him. I think it was more the Russos trying to be like comedic about such a serious.
So they're trying to uncut gems it, but it didn't really gem it.
It's like the pain and gain effect, where like you're rooting for these guys like literally killing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they did it better in Place Beyond the Pines with
well, that wasn't even like a comedy though. So like,
no, it wasn't. But like
that was shot around here too, right?
It was. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Like right around here. But yeah. Anyway, I think we're done on Ministry. So
yeah,
what do you give it?
I don't know. It's not great. It's not. I'm just there for the actors, I guess. In the action. So I'm gonna give it a 70. I just seen it once. You're good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna come back to this that often. I was probably gonna say like a 74, 75. Yeah. Oh, let's go 74. Let's slide it down a little.
Knock it down.
Knock it down a peg.
It's not too great.
Yeah. Anyway, so. Well, I guess we're wrapping it up here. So we're Seen Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE @Beforecast. And on Twitter with the handle SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me at Danny_Was on Instagram. My letterbox is serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just, and you guessed it, Danny Was.
Are you sure with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, our next movie is probably the biggest movie of the year so far, besides Dune Part 2, The Fall Guy. That's going to be our next one. Really excited. God, I love Ryan Gosling. That could be the next.
I'd say he's a superstar.
He's kind of getting that right now. Yeah,
because I know he can do everything. Margot Robbie. I'd see a movie with Margot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing with Zendaya, I was gonna say, there's a lot of like indie movies that just don't look interesting to me that she's done. Like there's the Malcolm and something else with and like a black and white comedy or like just there's like drama like like a hotel room. Not my thing. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. The Fall Guy is also based off a TV show from the 80s, so this should be very interesting to see where this goes and see how different it is from that. I have never seen the show before, but I want to try to see it.
I didn't even know it was a...
Yeah, there was a TV show in the 80s called The Fall Guy. It was very basically that. It was
interesting. So it's a stunt guy and a director. They get wrapped up in a mafia story, right?
The stunt guy and the director have like a love thing going on, and then the star of the movie, the director's movie, is missing. So he has to go find Aaron Taylor Johnson's character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So should be
almost a superstar. Almost.
Yeah, he's taking some weird roles lately. So yeah, almost.
He needs to divorce his wife, but
no, I wouldn't say that.
The 70-year-old?
It's fine.
It's fucking 70.
Let it be. Man.
Oh, and she's in charge of the new Amy Winehouse movie. Which, no hate to the
I don't think she's
actor.
70. I think she's in her 50s, but okay.
She's old.
Okay.
There's a big age gap there. But
so
the movie she's doing is Amy Winehouse, and the girl, like, she's not singing it correctly, and everyone's blaming the director. Which, on one hand, yeah. But like, maybe casting. Like, I'm sure she's a very nice person. She just doesn't have it, you know.
No X factor there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that's what we got coming up. We got that, and then we got possibly nothing else after that.
Nothing else
until our big franchise podcast.
Which I'm excited for that
best franchise ever. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, there's a poll up on our YouTube right now in the community tab if you're on mobile. Pick between Friday the 13th and
Paranormal Activity. It's pretty clear which one's going to win on both polls. But
yeah, and then
if you want to still vote,
and then Hunger Games against Twilight. So one of these will win and go on to be our last two spots in the franchise. Just give you a little inside look at how we're trying to do things from now on. But until then, see you next time.